What's up, Master Builders, and welcome back to Ginty Bricks Harry. And today we are looking at the vehicles of Sodor. There are a lot of these, and I thought I might as well team them all up together. And the reason why is because most of these are either the same or just a little bit updated. Like you might notice, Caroline have definitely been redesigned a lot. And also there's George. This is one of the biggest reasons to group them all together, is because if I don't do this, then George will be far away in the Crovensgate project, and I don't think you want to wait that long to see George. So, which one to go for first? Well, let's go with the smallest one, and that is Winston. Winston is not too far off from his original design. I wish I can actually have some skirts go over Winston wheels. But apart from that, though, I think everything else pretty much seems in order. Of course, he's got doors. I think he's like the only vehicle that might actually have proper working doors. And yeah, talking about the wheels though, yeah, these wheels are actually the Tram wheels. That you can actually just put them on a normal track and push them out. And you can just see here that there is a line of dark red at the bottom, so a whole plate full. The face is pretty much those arches with a stud at the very end. I got 2 reds and then 2 whites that go as the face. That's just perfect angle to just be his face. I suppose it might be a little bit different, but might as well brick build it. I will eventually change this to grey, but at the moment most of it will be white. And of course there's a plate on the top. And I got, apart from the back, it's been all brick built, and the covers for is actually just slopes on the top. And of course, if I take away the top, you can just see the chair actually embeds into Winston. So these are just tops off. And here's the Fat Controller himself. I bet I might do a different Fat Controller in the future, but this is what I call the Fat Controller. And yeah, you got the brown chair just there incorporated inside the actual model itself. And you got a little console and the screen, and that's pretty much it for Winston. Now, hopefully you can just stay there without trashing everything. The next one shall be Trevor the tractor ploughing in the field one day. This one is actually Wooden Toby's design. I liked it so much that I ordered the instructions and actually built it myself. And I got my own Trevor the tractor. So this was my old Trevor the tractor. A little bit of a comparison is his face is a 4x3, while my original face was a 3x3. It's just as tall enough. I think I did the slopes because of on my one, just to accommodate the roundness of the cone that is exhausts and all that. But on his is pretty much all smoothed out, apart from those 2 sections that is on the right hand side. The more efficient exhaust pipe, but still the same. As you can see, that it pretty much is. It's like I wasn't far off. You gotta admit, I wasn't far off. At least he's got the whole edge part correctly. That's something I have not done. I've done the back part, but I've never done it all the way through because I got the the engine parts inside, like, very, very low. Yeah, that's actually a 1x2 grills, but this is like proper gribbling. Like, look at that. We both got the same idea of trams. Is actually like, I didn't have when I first built Trams the tractor, it was days where I did not know what bricklink was, and just only got from the actual from the Lego company itself. But now I can actually buy whichever bricks I want, and yeah, I do actually enjoy the orange wheels and also side plates. The seats, well, I was close as well but I actually have some grills where he actually has his just at the very end, while my one's on jumper, he's on very end. Seats, I got a normal brown seat. He actually brick built his seat with a bracket on the back to smoothen out the back part. Not sure, maybe I could actually change that as an actual seat. The back, my one's got a funky end at the back. I think this is a very early model, I gotta admit, so maybe I could have brought it out. But Rudd and Toby's version, it's got a connector at the back, so you can connect it to any wagons or anything like that. That is amazing. And yeah, pretty much that is pretty much all for Tremors the Tractor. Just show you the underneath as well. My one was brick built with one of those 1x2s, and there's like undercovers, but his is robust. This is a really robust one, so you definitely like strong enough to keep the wheels. And let me put him back down. And let's go with Westy the Red Dragon. Now, you might be wondering, who is Westy the Red Dragon? Well, it's from this awesome book. Let's see if there you are. Westy the Red Dragon by Matthew Quatsfield, my best friend. He's the author of this book and also all the books that you see at the back. I'll put a description down below. But I want to incorporate Westy the Red Dragon to be in honour of my best friend. And what's happening is that one of the town fates actually have a, well, let's just say paper mache of Westy the Red Dragon. So Trevor the tractor can actually be pulling Westy the Red Dragon down the roads, just like to celebrate all. Either it's a parade or advertising for an upcoming event. But yeah, so pretty much it's on a trailer. That's an excuse to not have the wheels. Because if I show you Westy the Red Dragon, Westy the Red Dragon's got massive wheels, like strange, odd wheels. Well, he is pretty much a dragon, robotic dragon with a toaster. So I try to incorporate it in there. Fun story. Definitely give it a read if you got a chance. So I basically built the body. It's pretty much a 6x6 build, to be honest, with curves on the top. The toaster part where you pop it down and then toast comes up, I made that into a 2x2 with a cut in the middle. It's like you normally use this as garage doors, so that's what I used here. The tails is basically I want to say a horn, but it might actually be a proper tail as well. That's stuck into a 1x2 hole in the back. The toasts are pretty much the same as arches, but with a tile on top, but in brown, so it looks like toast. And the head are pretty much comes out by a slope piece, and then it is all just brick built. There's meant to be horns coming out of the ears as well, but I never decided to place that in. I should look into that. But I got bracket pieces to make the eyes and the forehead. And then the mouth comes out. I think I could have made the mouth a bit more a bit more thinner, but oh well. Yeah, the nose are headlamp bricks. And the teeth are all just studs. Just spaced by one gap, so it looks like a scary thing. And he's looking away. The eyes are those Mixel's eyes. That was quite funny. I think I built this like whatever parts I have, so this was quite amazing to just quickly build this. And gives Trevor and Tractor an excuse to wander around the whole yard and also advertise my friend's book at the same time. Ooh, now the next one will be Caroline. Why not? I'm saying George for last. Caroline, she have a redesigned before she was this monster. Absolutely huge. I did try to do brick built the actual arches as well. Small wheels, massive framework. I knew when after building her for a few years, is just like I thought I definitely needed to redesign her to become smaller and all that, because this is just too massive. But I thought trying to put people inside it and all that. But yeah, it's pretty much I redesign it now to fit onto a Fabilan car. So if I take away her on the actual foot, on her actual truck, yeah, this base here is actually a Fabilan wheel car chassis. And it is quite amazing. It's basically a 4x12 or 6x12 if you go by the wheel arches. So that's automatically done the wheel arches soon, like boom, there we are. Wheel arches are done, the wheels are done. And this is pretty much a copy and paste from somebody online. I think they did a dark red version. Maybe I should go for that as well. But for Caroline, I thought I would go for red. And she got curves on the back. That's basically just a slope piece. You can just see a window at the back. And just a transparent brick just there to act as a window on the side. This is the only thing that I actually have got from my original build, is this funky piece at the front. That's like half a window, half a, like the old-fashioned hinges. That works as a good old thing. I've broken a piece. I've broken one of these pieces. Sorry about that, everybody. Seems like Caroline just decided to break apart on me. So, let's carry on from where we left off. So, if I take her away from her wagon. And, yeah, we was talking about her windowsill the last time I remember. And comparing her to her previous model, you can see how massive she is. Look at that. But, yeah, it's just like... got a stud in the middle, and also the bodywork, like I was just saying, I did actually copy this from somebody online, so this is not my original work. But yeah, you got a 2x3 tile here with the plate at the back, with a cheese slope going from here. And then it's just like another, these are loads of 2x3s all over the place. Coming straight down, and then with this headlamp right here. Originally this headlamp is from, I remember seeing this, used to be from the Hogwarts Express bus. The Knights bus from Harry Potter. I think I remember why I built it like this before, because I wanted the eyes and also the radiator. But I was really wanted to use this one beforehand. But I suppose this will suit it though, having lovely eyes as white. And the grill pieces, the thing that broke off before I actually started talking about the rest of the stuff, that's been attached by brackets to give it an extra edge to come out. And yeah, it's pretty much touched by 4 studs out of the 6. So that's lovely. And yeah, pretty much that will be Caroline. And of course, smooth curve on the top as well. Make it extra thinness. So she is now shorter, smaller. So you put her right next to Bertie, or Trevor's the tractor, and she's pretty much the same size. Not as massive as she used to look. While I'm at it, I might as well show off the wagons. You will see all the troublesome trucks and all that in the next video, but or in one of the videos. But the reason why this one's not included is because it's the one with Caroline on it, and she should have separate. So pretty much the same undercarriage, same buffers. Just on the top, it's really just all smoothed out apart from the sections that got her wheels on. So I have to use a jumper plate to offset it, so Caroline can just sit on and boom, there she are. So you can just see where the cheese wedges are actually holding up her wheels, and they are just thin enough to make it look lovely. And then the next one shall be Bertie the bus. I haven't showed this Bertie the bus on YouTube for the new design, unless you watched the live stream. That's the first time. But pretty much my old Bertie was pretty much just alright. It's just the front part. The front part was with the wheel arches and also his face as well. Didn't like the original version. It was into the night bus came along. How ironic, the night bus actually came into the video 2 times. The newer version, not the one that came out this year. I'm talking about 3 years ago. And it showed how to build all this section. And I thought that is perfect. Let's redesign Bertie. And also, I did actually originally have Bertie with a wider door section. But then I thought, later ideas, I thought, you know what, should I really have it smaller? So I used that excuse to make that smaller. So now Bertie is more shorter than normal. But apart from the front section, everything else is pretty much just the same. Back is just using headlamp pieces. It's like to make that little tail part. Using grill pieces as the bottom part for people to hop on. Inside are pretty much brown all side. Going all the way. Showing this is the back. There's 2 wheels at the back of here. There's like inset. And then the wheels on the other side. That's just showing. That's pretty much what buses are like. These are studs on the side to connect everything together. Before I talk about the front, I will open up the roof. Because everything else is pretty much the same apart from the front. So the roof is just pretty much all straightforward, all just basically smoothed out with 2x2 in the middle. And then everything else is pretty much all just seats with some studs underneath it, with some plates to build up a little bit, especially at the back where it's got to go over the wheel. The driver is in the front. He's got his own seat and he can actually fit inside it, as you can see, just barely. Yes, his legs are still exist inside. And this is the top. This is where that notice board bracket will be in. So yeah, it's like got this to be bricked out to make it more durable and all that. So now let's talk about the new parts. So all this, like I was just saying, it's the part of the Hogwarts. Nope, the night bus. So that's where I found this piece for. This is perfect. The front, because originally the black line used to go all around the whole model, like all around the face, but with this design it means it can just cut off this there and doesn't have to ruin the front parts as well. And yeah, pretty much pretty much the face and the whole blender is pretty much, that's just basically the same piece over there, but it's got more curves and more techniques at the bottom to join it all up. Got headlamps on both sides. You got I think I did have to modify it to make it look a bit more better to go around the headband. But apart from that though, that is pretty much Bertie. And of course he does got a 2x3 head board to tell you where he's going. He's definitely going to Farquhar. The one person who should be going to Farquhar, but no, really, is Bulgy. Make this quick because he is pretty much the same as he was beforehand. Just trying to show you a little 360 because I filled up the whole table with other cars. But yeah, pretty much curves at the top. I still love this. I'm never going to change him because he's pretty much perfect. Yeah, so you've got wheel arches. Show you the bottom frame. The windows are all studs on the side, so you got that one just there. It's a stud on the side going that way. That's how I managed to complete this look. Apart from this window, the front window is pretty much just normal straight up. And these ones as well. The back windows are straight up. So that one. Headboard to say where he's going. The conductor's stand is pretty much just say studs with a hole in it up there so people can grab on. And this is more of snot technique, just going that way. And that's pretty much the windows down below. And then you've got the same thing again on the top. Windows. This is like windows coming in as well. And then you've got studs from there, and it's like goes all the way out. Got headboard, you've got advertising as well on both sides. I know there's meant to be different colour on the one side, so I will change that at one point. Good thing about Bulgy is that he is actually modular. So you can take off his top, put it over there for a second, and you can just see, just after this creamy colour, you've got one layer of red. It sticks down on the actual headboard. As you can see at the back, he does not got steps to go up. I haven't really figured out how to do it, or not really knowing how. So yeah, I might redesign him if I ever decide how to do the back part. Apart from that though, Bulgy doesn't really need a redesign. As you can see, driver could actually be sitting in there. There's a seat and driving wheel and all that, so there's enough space for him to be there. I just need to find a driver grumpy enough to be Bulgy's driver. So put him over there. I will get his roof off. Put it on him, make it look like he's a single decker bus now. So, hey Bertie, look, you got a friend. Grrr. So the top, I did actually make sure there's a space at the back, just in case I do decide to redesign him a bit. But that's pretty much it. That's the only redesign I would do with Bertie. But all the others are basically some chairs, all chairs. It's like pretty much just a normal bus. And there's not pretty much on the roof. It's just a simple roof, just pretty much just the same as Bertie actually. So you can just take away Bertie's roof and put it on Bulgy, and then squeeze it all together, and then that's Bulgy the bus. And last but not least, let's go for George. He's the newest member of the road vehicles. And this is the first time that you will ever see George on my channel, or first time, yes. And I am quite excited. I never thought I would ever build a steamroller because of this complication part, is like how to do the neck of the George. But I remember going to the Great Central Railway, and they did have a steamroller there, so I took loads of reference photos. I think you can just see it from there, how I did it. Yeah, I took loads of reference photos, and then I thought, hold on a minute, I know how to do that neck piece now. Because it's obvious how to do the body part, it's just to do that next. So you got these 2x2 tubes, then just here is the bracket piece, go upwards, and then go across two. Pretty much like, try to do it like that. And with the bracket piece, it means that you can actually like put a slope just there. So anytime I need slope, it's like I just slope it just there. Yeah, it's like have cheese slope there and there. So it's a very complicated build. And then you got one of those 2x2 that's got studs on the side to make the face. So George can be faceless. You can just do a jumper plate there with black jumper plate. And then that's how you attach the roller blades. Just arches on the side with a brick. I know this is really bulky, but this is the best I could do. Unless somebody can beat me on that one, feel free, don't mind. And roller blades are basically these circular with holes in it. There's like multiple. I think there's like 8 of them. 6 or 8 of them all together. That's quite ironic. But yeah, as soon as I figured out how to do the neck of George, everything else fall into place. And yeah, from the boiler, it's the funnel, the same one that I used for Fergus, so that was quite useful. It's like one of those pistons. Goes into a black box that keep hold of all this. As you can see, it keep hold of all of that, and also the roof as well. The canopy is actually attached. So all this is attached to the funnel. So the gizmo on here is just a, you know, the piece that was. And also you've got the stamp. You've got the tube going up. Need to be high enough. That's attached to a stud with a hole in it. And pretty much a roof is just pretty much a normal roof, just curves with 2x2, 2x whatever on the top. And and at the back is pretty much the same on the top. Studs coming down. I think I placed them just in the middle, so all the studs are just in the stud middle. It's at the ends to have it off balance a bit. And these are not attached to anything, that's just floating in the air. These are just cylinders. The back is pretty much a 2x3 tiles. Like there's one, there's one, there's one. As soon as it gets to the wheel part, these are like the old-fashioned wagon wheels. I wish I can find better wheels than that, but that's the first thing I find, and I thought I like it. From here, inside is pretty much, if I remove the funnel, I might have a better look inside. That brown section just there is basically a, what is it? I want to say a 1x4 with holes in it. So that's how the wheels go in, and also that knows connecting pins to come out to stick the actual 2x2 with holes in it on there, and then it's just like greeby like tiles everywhere to make sure that's actually like standard. I think this side you got a 4x4 round circle, and then just like cover that all out with tiles apart from up here. that connects another 2x2 circle, but the tiling outside really makes it more discreet. That is a 2x2 round circle. Yeah, you got pretty much a 1x4 or 2x4 plate tile to cover up all the gizmo. There is a 1x2 axle hole brick inside there to keep all this in bay. As you can see, there's a tile. There's a little like one of those bricks with a hole in it to spin the flywheel. Well, there's a 2x2 flywheel first, and then you got this one. This is Frozone base, so if you buy a Frozone, you get one of these base, and it's one of the best flywheels I ever found. And he does move about as well. A bit more better look at the greebling before I put it back on. And his driver looks a bit grumpy as well. He looks like a young teenager or young adult. It's like just can't be asked. Like, not this day again. But yeah, as you just saw me just doing, is like George can roll around. And I'm glad to show off George. And that's pretty much the whole vehicles. If I didn't do the whole vehicles like in their own category instead of doing it all individually, you would never see George. George would be very, very long in the distance. And I hope you enjoy the fact that you see him now. But until then though, I hope you Master Builders enjoy the show. And I can't wait to see you next time. But until then though, cheerio!